Namaste and welcome to this inner work process. I'm Lilia Gestson and I feel honored to be guiding you through this return to sender process today. So for this inner work process, what you'll need is a notebook and a pen, and that's all you're going to need, and just a comfortable space with time to sit down and really dive into this without distractions and without your phone. So this process is called return to sender, because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at those lies that we've accumulated and taken on throughout our life, from children all the way to our adult life, that we've taken on as ours, and that have affected our perception of ourselves, affected our perception of life, and that are just not true whatsoever. And what we're going to do is we're going to give those lies that we've taken on as ours back to the person who gave them to us, because at the end of the day, they were not ours. They were that person and projecting their trauma onto us, and then we took it on as ours. So what ends up happening as children, we see everything happening around us as mine or me, that must be a reflection of me. So when bad things happen, when we go through traumas, when even if they're small, or even if they're like small traumas, like a parent yelling at us or spanking us, or when we're modeled different things, David's going to join us today, or when we're modeled different behaviors that affect our perception of ourselves, all of these we take on as, oh, that must be mine. Oh, that must be a reflection of me. And then we carry this pattern into our adult life, unaware that it's even happening, right? All of this is happening subconsciously in our mind. So we're not even aware that we're taking on these patterns as mine, and that they're affecting the way we live. They're affecting our beliefs, our thoughts, our actions, our self-esteem, our perception of ourselves. And they are not true. So let's go ahead and just explore, before we go into this process, what actually is the truth. So the truth is that you are whole, that you are complete, that you are so loved. You are so worthy of everything you have and everything you desire in this life, that you are amazing, that you are divine awareness at your core, at your center. You are love. You are creation. You are so whole and complete. And those last two, I really want to reiterate those, because often when we hold on to beliefs that are not true, those are the main things that they're blocking, right? They're blocking us from fully remembering how whole and complete and amazing and loved we truly are, right? So when we start taking on these lies that have either been modeled to us or that we learned through a trauma, often they're not reflecting our true essence. So the healing process, any healing process that you do, is not a process of fixing yourself. There is nothing to fix. Oh, nothing to fix whatsoever. It's not a process of fixing yourself. It's not a process of becoming someone who you're not right now. It's not a process of, it's not a process of becoming someone. It's not a process of fixing anything. The healing, it's not a process of fixing anything that's broken. You are not broken. The healing process is one of remembering how whole, complete, true, loved, supported we have always been. So as we journey through this life, we can go. David's really joining us today, isn't she? As we journey through this life, we get to journey through these different themes of consciousness, these different themes that help us get closer and closer to remembering who we truly are. So every person is navigating a different degree of forgetting that, or a different degree of remembering their truth. So as we go through this process, I invite you to pick the person that you would like to return these lies that have modeled or been taught to you to. This person that taught you or modeled these lies to you. So this is a great process to do when you're doing inner child healing, when you're looking back and looking at the different behaviors and beliefs and root programs that were modeled to you from a young age. This is also a great process if you had something happen recently where you felt like you were unfairly treated, or someone projected some of their trauma onto you. This is a beautiful process to in this moment, to start returning it back to them, right? You don't need to wait years or decades to do this. You can do it now. Say someone like 2 days ago projected their trauma onto you and you took it as yours and you said, oh my gosh, like there must be something wrong with me, or that must be mine, or that must be a reflection of me. This process is going to help you flip that and realize that no, that was actually what they were going through. That was their trauma that they are not aware of, that they are then projecting onto you. And the beauty of this process is that as we do our inner work, as we heal these projections, as we give them back to those who projected them onto us, we're stopping the cycle, right? Because the cycle, when we're not aware of it, is hurt people, right? Whatever they are navigating, whatever theme of consciousness they're in, whatever traumas they have, they're going to project those onto others, who are going to take those as, oh, that must be a reflection of me, that must be mine, and who are then going to project it onto others and to others and to others. So it becomes this cycle, right? And you get to be the one that breaks that cycle. You get to be the one that's like, no, this is enough. This doesn't need to be passed on anymore. It's going to stop here. It's going to stop with this experience. It's going to stop with this inner work process. How amazing is that? Like, how amazingly empowered are you to be able to go through this process? Okay, so grab a notebook, grab a pen. Think about which person imparted these lies that you're taking on about yourself right now to you. Which person projected their traumas onto you that you are now holding on to, that are not true, that are not your truth, that are not a reflection of you, and we're going to return them back to them. Now, as we go through this process, I encourage you first, when we're looking at this individual that we are returning to the sender, that we are returning these projections to, it's important to realize that just as we are whole, complete, innocent, pure, divine, so are they at their core. They just haven't remembered it yet, right? They're just at a different stage of remembering that. But at their core, we are all whole and complete. Now, this can be really hard, especially if you're returning something to someone who hurt you deeply, or to someone who traumatized you in a way. It can be really hard to show compassion for what's underneath that. So I encourage you, as you're going through this process, if compassion isn't an emotion that's easy to access right now through that experience, that's okay. That's okay. You are exactly where you need to be on your healing journey. You are exactly where you need to be doing this process. But what you can do is you can look at it from the perspective of, I want them to heal so that they don't hurt other people like they hurt me. Okay. So the reason that we return this to them, we're going to, at the end, wish them well. We're going to wish them their own healing. We're going to separate that boundary that this is my stuff. This is your stuff. I did my work. This is now yours to do. The reason we show them compassion is because we don't want them hurting other people, right? We genuinely want them to do their inner work and heal and remember their wholeness and completeness and truth, so that they're not repeating this cycle to others, just like we are stopping this cycle here. Okay, let's go ahead and go into this. So we're going to go into this journaling letter process. And in the middle, we're going to just break off for a moment, do a kriya to help us uplift our energy when we're actually going into our truth. And this will all make sense once we start getting into this. But I invite you to get into a comfortable position, to grab your journal and pen, and we're going to begin. So starting your letter, the first prompt to write is to address the person. Dear so-and-so, who is it that modeled or imparted these beliefs onto you that you are returning back? Who projected their trauma onto you that you are now giving it back to them? Dear so-and-so. Okay. Now we're setting the stage for our letter. We're setting the stage of what is actually happening. This brief pause as we're going through this. As we're doing this process, this is an energetic process for you to heal, for you to remember your truth, for you to set this boundary, give back these lies that are not yours, that are not your truth to this other person. This is an energetic boundary setting and remembrance for you. if you had a relationship with the person that you wanted to give this letter to them, then if you're in a relationship that's safe to do that, maybe you do that, but that's not necessarily the purpose of this process. The purpose of this process is your own energetic healing, your own energetic cord cutting this boundary, giving it back, setting that boundary that like, this is yours, this is mine, this is done, I'm moving on. This is a process for you. So they're not necessarily going to see this letter. This is for you to be truly honest, to write from your heart, and to have an amazing, juicy healing experience in. Okay, so write as if they are going to see this letter, but let yourself write freely, right? Don't hinder yourself in this letter because you think you're going to give it to them after. No. Have the intention that as you're writing that they write as if they are going to see this, write with intention, and write openly and freely and honestly. And then this is going to be for you. Okay. At the end of the day, they're not going to see this letter unless you want them to, but at the end of the day, this is going to be for you, but write as if they are, and write openly, honestly, truthfully, express yourself. Okay. Okay. So we have, dear so-and-so. Our next line, now you can put this into your own words. I'm going to give you an example, and then you can put this prompt into your own words. It has come to my awareness that I am carrying a lot of limiting beliefs that you taught me, and I want to give them back to you. So we're setting the stage, right? It's come to my awareness that I'm holding these beliefs that are not mine, that are actually yours, and I want to give them back to you. You can put that in your own words. And at any time during this video, you need to pause the video so that you can write more openly without like time pressure, please do so. So you can pause the video, finish writing that prompt in your own words, and then we'll move on. Okay, now we're going to tell them, like, they are probably not aware of what they imparted on us, right? What they projected onto us. Now we're going to tell them. And as you do this, I invite you to visualize their highest self, their whole, complete, healed self, which they most likely are not at that place right now in their life, and that's okay. But we're going to imagine them from their highest self perspective. As you're writing this, imagining them saying, oh my gosh, I am so sorry. I had no idea I was doing this, and I'm so sorry that there's so much remorse. I'm so sorry that I projected these onto you. These are not yours. I'm so sorry that I did that. So visualizing as you write out their deep remorse. We're having a conversation through this letter with them, with their highest energetic self. Now, if you did this in real life, this may not be the way the conversation would go, right? Because maybe they're not in a place to hear this, but we're going to commune with their highest self in this letter, with their whole, complete, healed self that wants you to succeed and know your truth. So as you're writing out your lies here, let's set the stage for that next part. So here's the prompt, and you can write this in your own words. Here they are. I see now that these came from you, and I want to list them here so that you know. I want to list them here so that you know, and I can give them back to you. So just writing that sentence, in whatever shape or form that takes for you, letting your heart lead you in the wording. Now you get to list them. You can just bullet point list all of these root program beliefs, all of these lies that you're holding on to that are not yours, that are not your truth, that are lies. Maybe an example of this, if you're having trouble finding this example, maybe an example of this is that I am not worthy of love. Or maybe this belief was that, what's another good one? Like I'm innately wrong, or what I do is always wrong, right? That's not true. Not true at all. So listing those beliefs that are directly related to what this person projected onto you. List them, list the lies, let them see them, get them onto paper. The whole time holding this energy that as you're talking to this person through this letter, that they are so sorry. Just imagining them saying, oh my gosh, I am so sorry that I projected that onto you. That is not true. That is not your truth. That was totally mine. That was totally mine, and that is not yours, and I'm so sorry. Okay. Pausing this video as you need so that you can write freely, openly, express yourself, get it out on paper. Ready for this next part? Okay, so now we're transitioning. Now we just wrote out all those lies, right? We just told them, this is yours. I see that now. This is yours. These are the lies. They are showing their deep energetic remorse as you're communing with them. Now we are transitioning into your truth. So here's our transition. Again, writing this in your own words, but here's an example. This is yours. Now you know. Straight up, this is yours. Now you know. And now I would like to tell you who I am, because I think you have never really seen the true me. You have just seen what you projected onto me. So now we're going to show them who you truly are. Okay? Sometimes we see life through our projections. We see life through our own rose-colored glasses. We all see life through our own rose-colored glasses. And if this person was projecting these lies onto you and seeing you through these rose-colored lie glasses, now we get to show them who we truly are. Now you get to write down, I don't think you've ever really seen me, but I am going to show you. I'm going to show you who I am. I'm giving you back these lies, and I'm going to show you who I truly am. Okay. Now, we're going to go into our kriya set. Before we write down these truths, we're going to get our energy pumping. We're going to step into our courage. We're going to uplift our energy with a few kriyas. So kriyas, just like we would do asana yoga poses to kind of like move energy in our body, to get our body moving, to put us in different positions, kriyas work directly with your energetic channels within your body, and they move energy in a very specific and deliberate way. So the kriya series that we're going to do today, that's going to involve breath work and just gentle seated movements. So you don't need to move, you don't need to put on different clothing. This is a very, very gentle practice. But the kriyas we're going to do today are designed to help uplift your energy, right? We're moving through a lot of inner work right now. We're moving through a lot of really deep stuff around the lies we've held on for years, because even if we've held on to a lie since we were a child, even if we've held on to this for decades, it doesn't make it any more true, right? It doesn't make it any more true. It was still a lie. So we're moving through all of this inner work that takes courage. If you are here doing this process right now, you are truly empowered, because it takes courage even to just click onto this video, even to watch this video and start going through this process. This takes incredible self-responsibility and courage. Incredible courage. You are so amazing. I cannot reiterate that enough. Okay, so we're going to do these kriyas to help uplift your energy so you feel that too. So you feel how whole, complete, courageous you are as you go list your truths and be like, nah, this is me. This is me. You never saw me. That was yours. This is me now. Okay, so going ahead and sitting in a comfortable position. I'm just sitting cross-legged here. You can't really see at the angle of my camera, but I'm just sitting cross-legged in an easy sitting position. I invite you to place your hands on your shins or on your knees, whatever's more comfortable for you. Just place them down. And we're going to go ahead and do our first kriya. We're going to do 1.5 minutes of this motion. So as you inhale, you're going to open your chest up, bring a slight arch into your back. And as you exhale, you're going to draw your belly button back to round your back. So just rocking and undulating your back here. Inhaling, a slight arch in your back, opening your chest. Exhale, pull your belly button back to round your back. And you can start with little movements, just like little movements in your hip and spine. And then you can get bigger into your middle back. And then maybe you bring your head into this and let your neck go. Whatever feels comfortable for you. We're going to do this for 1.5 minutes to start moving that energy up our spine. We're going to start clearing our energy, clearing out that stuck energy that we've been holding that is not ours. We're going to clear out that energy, we are going to start moving our energetic channels and feeling into that uplifting courage that we have within us. Okay, let me get our timer ready. So get nice and comfortable. Let me get into our timer and set it for 1.5 minutes. 1 minute and a half. Okay, ready? Placing your hands on your shins and begin. Inhale, bring that bend into your lower back. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. As you do this motion, bringing your full awareness to your third eye right here between your eyebrows. Breathing, finding that movement in your back. Maybe you start working into your middle back. Maybe you start feeling that undulation in your middle back. Maybe you start working into your upper back, bringing your head with you. "20 seconds. "10 seconds, starting to slow down your movement, getting smaller with your movement. Maybe you just bring it down into your low back. And finish. Just let your eyes close and observe how your body's feeling after that kriya. What are the effects of that on your body? Do you feel any energy tingling, any tingling sensations or pulsing sensations in your body? Just observing that shift in energy. Okay, we're going to go into our next kriya now. So for this next kriya, I invite you to bring your index finger and your thumb together, just the tips of your fingers together. Reach your other 3 fingers up to the sky. You're going to open your arms out to the side like goalposts. And for this kriya, you're going to inhale and twist from your rib cage. Your bottom is still seated on the floor, same position as before. Twist from your rib cage to the left as you inhale. Oops, don't knock down your wall. And exhale, twist to the other side. Inhale to the left, exhale to the right. Inhale, exhale. And as we do this, we're going to bring in a mantra. We're going to bring in the mantra Sat Nam. So what this mantra means is Sat is truth and Nam means name. So the translation would be truth is my name, or truth is my essence, or I am truth. And the reason we're bringing in this mantra while we do this kriya is as we say that mantra, the sound that Sat Nam makes, the vibration that it makes, has an effect on our energy. And we're going to be saying this mantra in order to help us really tap into our truth, right? We're declaring it. This is my truth. My truth is love. My truth is wholeness. My truth is completeness. My truth is that I am freaking amazing. Right? Your truth is that you are always loved, that you are so supported, that you are content, complete, whole. That is your truth. So as we do this mantra, as we bring our hands into our mudra, bring our arms into a goalpost, inhale to the left, we're going to say Sat in your mind. And as you exhale to the left, you're going to say Nam in your mind. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, declaring your truth. Okay, we're twisting from our core, we're twisting from our third chakra here, which is our chakra of autonomy. It's our chakra of courage. It's our chakra of free will. We're going to tap into that as we do this twist, as we're twisting from your core. Okay, we're going to do 1.5 minutes of this kriya, just like we did the first one. So I invite you to bring your hands up, your index and thumb together, other fingers reaching to the sky, opening your arms to a goalpost position. and we'll begin. Inhale to the left, saying Sat in your mind. Exhale to the right, saying Nam. Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam, twisting from your rib cage, from your core. Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Letting your neck follow your body, your eyes just gently gazing, following the movement. Maybe you bring a smile onto your face as you say this mantra, bringing even more energy into your body. Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam. Feel your sit bones rooted into the ground as you're twisting. They're strong, they're rooted. You are strong, you are rooted. You are both strong as a pillar and fluid as you twist. You are whole, you are complete. You are truth. Slowly moving down, slowing down your movement. Slowing it down. And when you're ready, you can bring your hands down. Let's rest them palms up on your knees. Take a nice deep inhale through your nose, filling your belly, filling your ribs, filling your chest, holding that air in at the top just for a moment. And letting it out in a controlled exhale. Just observing how your body feels. Do you feel that tingly sensation or pulsing, or is there any kind of shift in the way your energy feels? Just noticing any change. However you are feeling is perfect and exactly how you're meant to feel. So just letting yourself observe it without judgment. Okay, we're going to go into our last kriya here before we finish our letter, before we finish our inner work process. So this next kriya we're going to do is called Kapalabhati breathing. So Kapalabhati breathing is where you're going to forcefully exhale out of your nose. And as you exhale, you're going to snap your belly button back. So you're going to engage your core, snap your belly button back in as you exhale. Good. So forcefully exhale, just trying it with me here before we go into the kriya. Forcefully exhaling out of your nose, snapping your belly back. And as you do this, you're going to just focus on your exhale. So just keep exhaling, 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 exhaling. And the inhale will just come naturally. It's just going to happen. But focusing on your exhale. So it's going to sound kind of like this. Ready? Quick exhales as you snap your belly back. So you can go at whatever pace feels right for you. If you want to go a little bit slower at first to get that coordination, that's beautiful. And just speed up as it's comfortable with you. We're going to do this for a full minute and a half. I invite you to continue to do this breath as you go. If you need to take a big inhale at some point during the breath, that's okay, but then keep going. This is a beautiful practice of self-discipline as we bring our attention to our breath and just continue to breathe in the same way for a full minute and a half. Okay, so what this is doing, this is pumping all that energy that we just started moving through our spine. This is really pumping all of that energy through our body, getting any energy in our solar plexus here in our third chakra that is our source of autonomy. It's our source of courage. It's our source of empowerment, of self-will. It's getting that energy coursing. So anything that's stuck in there, we're going to just pump it right through our body in a really beautiful and empowered way. So we're going to step into your courage here. So as you forcefully exhale, I want you to bring your attention to that courage you're stepping into as you're stepping into your truth, to how amazing you are, just stepping into that truth that you have always been. You have always been whole. You have always been complete. Now we are remembering it we're returning what isn't ours through this letter, right? So feeling into that as you powerfully push this energy through your body. Okay, so you can just let your hands rest on your legs, palms down, whatever feels good for you, whatever hand position feels good for you. Maybe they're resting on your shins, maybe they're resting on your knees, just letting your hands relax, letting your gaze just gaze on softly on one spot. That would be called your drishti. Or you could also close your eyes, whatever feels more powerful for you. Ready? And begin. Forceful exhale through your nose, snap your belly back. Focusing on your exhale, 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 exhale. Maybe this is making weird gurgly noises in your stomach like mine, and that's okay. Just continue this breath. Continue snapping your belly button back. Maybe you start feeling some heat coursing through your body. Maybe your breath is starting to get tired. It's okay, keep going, you got this. Only 30 seconds left. Let your shoulders relax if you feel them hiking up. Feel that length in your spine as you're breathing. And take a nice deep breath in, filling your belly, blowing it up like a balloon, filling your ribs, filling your chest, holding the air in at the top, holding it in for a moment. And when you're ready, you can control that exhale and just rest here. Coming back to your regular breath. How's your body feeling? How's your energy feeling? Are you noticing any shifts in how you feel? I'm like feeling very calm and peaceful right now. Just observing how you're feeling. Whatever you're feeling is perfect. It's exactly what you need to feel, and just letting yourself be in this energy, whatever it is. Beautiful. Now, as you're feeling the effects of this kriya, as you're feeling that uplifting energy, as you're stepping into your courage, yes, now we're going to finish our letter. Okay, so grabbing your paper and your pen again. Let's go ahead and finish out this letter. So our transition that we had just written before we went into our kriyas was, this is yours, now you know. And now I would like to tell you who I am, because I think that you have never really seen me. You have just seen what you projected onto me. So now we're going to show them our truth, who we are. Okay. So as we go through this next part of the process, as we go through this transition, we're still visualizing this person in their highest self, right? They want us to be happy. We're visually seeing them from this perspective of, they were so sorry, so deeply remorseful that they passed this on to us, that they know this is not us. This is not our truth, that was theirs. And as we transition into this next part, they are cheering for us. They are rooting us on as you're communing and telling them who you are, visualizing them in their highest self energy, cheering you on, being like, yes, that is who you are. You go, you got this. You are amazing. Just feeling them as your cheerleader behind you, as you're telling them your truth. Okay, so it's time to let them fully see you. So now I invite you to, just like you did for the lies, you can just bullet point it in your letter here, tell them who you are. This is going to be the opposites of the lies, right? If one of the lies that was projected onto you was that you're not worthy of love, your truth would be like, I am always and always have been worthy of love. So we're going to flip the switch, right? We're going to flip what the lie is into what its truth is. Now, if you have some truths here that, or some lies and truths that maybe just doing that complete flip isn't truly honest. Like maybe a lie that you kind of took on was that people always lie to me. Like that's a belief we can take on, right? A root program that's not true. But the truth necessarily wouldn't be that, well, nobody ever lies to me, right? Like that's not true. We all have our own free will, right? So maybe your truth here, when you get into these situations where it's like just the flip flop isn't necessarily honest, write what is honest. The honest truth would be that not everybody lies to me. Not everyone is going to lie to me. There are people who are going to be truthful with me, and those are the people I want to associate with. That kind of thing, right? Write it from an honest perspective. Write it from a place that your heart truly believes, right? From a place that feels honest to you. And when I say truly believe, I mean that feels honest, because we're stepping into new beliefs. So giving yourself that compassion and space to be taking on these new beliefs that have always been true. Okay, so listing out your truths. You can pause this video if you just want space to put on some music, empowering music, and list out these truths. Give yourself that space, and then we're going to go into our next section. But really feeling into that cheerleader energy. They are rooting you on. They want you to step into your truth. They want you to succeed as who you are. And you are telling them who you are and who you have always been. You are telling them the remembrance of who you know you are. You are worthy. You are worthy of all of these truths you're about to write. You are worthy of all of them because you are them. You already are them, right? We're just remembering who you already are and letting go of who you are not. Okay. Now we're going to go into our closing section of this letter. So we wrote out the lies. We said, this is not yours. It's now time for you to see who, or this is not mine, this is yours. It is now time for you to see who I truly am. We wrote out who you truly are. We tapped into that courage from these kriyas. We tapped into that uplifting energy. Now we are going to close out our beautiful letter. So getting ready to write this next prompt, this next section, putting it in your words as usual, in words that feel honest and true to you. We're going to close this out. Now it is clear that was yours. Those lies were yours. This truth is mine. I am moving on. This is enough. I'm not carrying this anymore. Yours, mine, done. So writing that in your own words. Those lies were yours. This truth is mine. I'm moving on. I'm not carrying this anymore. I did my inner work. That's yours. This is mine. We're done. Okay. We're setting that boundary. You do not need to carry this anymore. You are not going to carry this anymore. This is enough. It is enough. You are ending the cycle. You're not carrying this anymore. That's theirs. This is mine. Moving on with life. Okay. Writing that in your own words, or you could just copy that, whatever feels right for you. Okay, now we're going to close out with our last prompt. So as we do this, just like we talked about at the beginning, the reason that we close out by wishing them well in their own healing, is because we don't want them to be imparting those lies or that trauma or hurting other people, right? We want the cycle to stop. We don't want anybody else to take on these lies. So we genuinely wish them well. We genuinely want them to heal so that this cycle of lies is no longer passed down from person to person. And so that they can also remember who they truly are, because those lies that they're projecting, that they are holding on to themselves, those are a reflection of what they're holding on to. And that's not their truth either, right? We are all whole and complete at our core. We're just at different stages of remembering it. Okay, so this next prompt, are you ready? We're sending them off with good wishes. So taking a nice deep breath, writing this in your own words. I send you off with good wishes, but that is on you. I am free of this. That is your work. It is not my responsibility and not my responsibility to be involved in it. I set you free. I wish you the best, and I set myself free. I will focus on my inner work. That is yours. It is not my responsibility. You go do your inner work. I just did mine. Okay. So you can write this, and whatever is just flowing, whatever is honestly flowing for you. But the point of this last prompt is we wish them genuine goodwill in their inner work, but that's not our responsibility. It is not our responsibility to do their inner work. It's not our responsibility to be involved in it. That is theirs. We are setting them free to go do it. We just did ours. You just did your inner work. How amazing is that? Whenever I come to the end of a process, it's just like this mind-blowing moment that's like, wow, I just ended a cycle of lies, of root programs and beliefs that are not true. I just ended that cycle. It ended with me. That's not being passed down. I did my inner work. I took the self-responsibility. I had the courage to actually look deep into who I am, consciously remember what is my truth and let go of what isn't. That is so amazing. And it's not easy. If you're doing this inner process right now, everything you're doing is not easy. It takes a lot of courage and empowerment to do this. And it is so rewarding and so fulfilling in that healing process, and remembering who you are and holding on to that as your truth, because it always has been your truth. I just want to celebrate you as we come to the end of this letter, as you make that break. That is yours. That is your responsibility. I am not having any part of it anymore. Energetically, I'm no longer engaging with this. That's yours. This is mine. We're done. This letter, this is done. This energy exchange, this is done. Maybe this is a person you still interact with. Like maybe you're doing this and giving back a parent the lies that they might have imparted on you. It doesn't mean that you're not going to see them ever again, right? Of course not. But it means that you are no longer going to attach to this belief that they imparted on you. You did your inner work. You let it go. Now it's their turn to do their inner work. It's their turn to let it go. We don't need to be responsible for that. We did our role. We did our part. We remembered our truth. Ours, theirs, done. Okay. Take a nice deep breath as you come to the end of this letter, as we close out our beautiful inner work process here. I want to invite you to just observe how you felt going through this process. If you felt a charge, or if you felt anger or frustration or triggered by this process, that's okay. That is part of the healing process, right? And what I encourage you to do is I encourage you to write this letter every day until you no longer feel that charge, until it no longer affects you. Because what ends up happening is that the situations that we go through in our life, they in themselves don't cause us suffering, right? Us holding on to these lies that are not true is what holds us, is what gives us suffering, right? It's our attachment to what we take on from them that causes us suffering. So as you write this letter, the reason that we want to write it until you no longer feel a charge or no longer feel triggered by it is because at that point you've let go of the attachment to it. It no longer has any role in your life, right? These beliefs that you're letting go, that you're letting go and returning to the sender, they no longer have any influence over how you feel in your life. That's kind of where we're going with this letter. So I encourage you to write the same letter every day until as you're writing it, you no longer feel that aversion, that anger, that attachment to what you're writing, because it's in the past. Right? It's no longer affecting you because it's not your truth. You are so steady and strong in who you are and your truth that writing that no longer triggers you, because you know it was theirs and you know what is yours, and everything's fine, and everyone's on their own inner work journey, and everyone's doing their work, and you did your work, right? That's where we want to get to with this letter. So I encourage you to do that. If you felt a very big charge or anger while you were doing this, I invite you to do it every day until you just feel confident in the fact that like, that's theirs, this is mine. I don't need to attach this anymore. It no longer influences my life. Okay. That's such an empowering place to be. Okay. I want to leave you out with this. So giving yourself space to just put down your journal and pen. I invite you to place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly or your solar plexus right here, right above your belly button. I invite you to take a nice deep breath in through your nose, and we're going to take a big cleansing breath out through your mouth. Deep breath in, and a big HA breath out through your mouth. And one more time. Deep breath in. Let it all out through your mouth. Let out all that energy. Let out anything that you are not taking with you into the rest of your day. Let out what's not yours. Take a nice deep breath in again. Inhaling what resonated through this process and exhaling what you're not taking with you. Beautiful. I want to leave you again with the reminder of how amazing, how empowered, how courageous, how whole, how complete, how loved, how content, how worthy, how enough you truly are, how supported and loved you truly are. That right there is the core essence of your truth. And then we get to consciously build our root programs and our beliefs that influence our thoughts, our actions, our life off of our truth. I want to celebrate you for doing your inner work. You did it! I'm celebrating you for going through this process, and I want to invite you to reach out to me. You can send me a message on Instagram. You can email me at my emails at is lgeston@gmail.com. You can leave a comment here. I invite you to reach out to me if you're feeling anything that you'd like to talk through, or if you just want some love and encouragement or celebration, or if you're feeling an emotion that you don't quite understand and you just need a safe space to explore it and move through it. I invite you to reach out to me. I'm here for you. I love you so dearly and so much. Even if we haven't met, I love you so much. And I look forward to continuing to connect. Okay. I'm sending you so much love. Take it easy. Take a nice deep breath. Maybe put on some music, dance around in this new courage truth that you're in. And I'm sending you so much love in your day.